too, yes.
And then just kind of watch.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
it's
like,
What are they just grabbing random topics?
he has really good guests.
Yep.
And and sometimes it's random. It
Cool, we're back on.
goes off on tangents a little bit,
but I think what's important,
reins it in.
especially within the podcast world, and I think Rogan does it as well as anyone on the planet, is just this important seeking truth.
Yeah.
It's just level-headed, not pushing one direction, but like a good writer, right?
Yes,
always
that's
listening.
right. He's very curious.
Mm-hmm.
He's a seeker. I don't know that he's exceedingly bright, but he's a seeker and he's really curious. And he's like an everyman, and he wants to know stuff.
Completely agree. And I think he, as far as culturally, I think he's probably, I would venture to say he is the most important cultural figure for the United States right now.
Wow, that's a huge
That's
pronouncement.
prolific, yeah. I believe so, because I think he gives people a home. That's why I really like him. I've been listening to him for a long time.
I did not. Okay.
Yeah, I listened to him since episode probably right in that maybe 500 range, right in that ballpark.
Where's he at now?
He was on YouTube. He's at almost 2,000.
Wow.
And I've listened to thousands of hours of his, and I'm not a Roganot where I'm gonna just spew out a bunch of things. Of his, I'm kind of a closet Rogan guy.
Wow. Okay.
But I will say
Very interesting.
I've become a better person because I've listened to him and a guy who's a thought expert, who is unique, who seeks, has a lot of different people, and just takes the vision of trying to be the best person he can be.
That's right, and he's an adventurer too. He'll talk about his dabbling in psychedelics, and he'll talk about all of his pushing his life to whatever corner it goes to.
Completely agree, and I think there's important. And you don't have to agree with him on everything, and it doesn't matter. And to me, I think that's where you start seeing guys like Russell Brand exploding. I don't know if you've watched Russell Brand's show.
I've seen a couple of his.
It's awesome. I think politically, maybe him and I are not on the same ballpark, but we all have this seek your own truth. Find what it means to you. You figure it out, and that's something I think everyone's starving for.
Yeah, be curious. Yeah.
So I think Rogan is a killer. I think from a podcast perspective, Lex Friedman.
I don't know who that is.
Lex Friedman is actually an AI specialist. He's a psychologist, unique guy from Stanford. I think he's from Stanford. I could be incorrect there, but where Rogan may not be the smartest guy in the room. He is definitely the smartest guy in the room. He is figuring out how to make AI as smart as a human brain.
Okay.
Kind of friends with Elon and in that wheel. But if you want someone who's balanced, intelligent, can break things down, can prove why aliens exist, it's pretty interesting.
That's not going to work.
It's not.
I was thinking of the Sword and Scale. I listened to that's a true crime podcast. I've listened to a lot of really bad ones. The Sword and Scale is particularly good.
Oh,
You and my wife would have a great conversation. Cause
Really? She likes...
At night, when I fall asleep, she puts her ear pods in, and it's all about
the true crime.
So it's interesting. There was a very dear friend of ours that has become kind of the tip of the spear of exposing the University of Michigan, what will be the largest, what will come down as the largest sexual assault of athletes in the history of sports.
Oh, the cover-up, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
covered that up.
But he was on. His name's John Vaughn, and he was on a podcast the other day, and I watched it, and it was kind of a true crimes, and this gal just talks about she talks about different crimes that are kind of staying under the radar. But when I pulled it up, she has 2.5 million subscribers to her podcast.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable. But she just said this is an example of just a crime that's been kept under the radar because obviously Michigan's got a lot of power.
They do.
So they've kind of kept that out of the mainstream. But yeah, so I'm kind of curious now to go listen to some of her other stuff.
Sure.
Because I love the true crimes type, whether it's true or fiction. It's easy for me to get hooked on those on various Netflix and stuff because it's just I love, to me, there's something about watching a really good detective crack cases. And I just love the way that they see things, they pick up things, and the way they kind of put these things together to kind of crack the code is just, that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. Why do females like true crime so much?
Man, it skews heavily female, doesn't it?
Right?
It's huge. I don't know. I just know if I ever disappear,
It's Kathleen.
she knows exactly what to do.
It's
And when I
kind of
get
given a
caught-
roadmap of how to
yeah.
get rid of
Oh,
bodies.
she's told me that. She goes, don't fuck around because I can make you disappear and no one will ever find out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I believe you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know, it's interesting. We were talking about that case in Portland, Oregon. The guy, chef, got murdered because he was a culinary school guy, and he's opening up and now his wife's on trial right now for the killing, his murder. The verdict hasn't come back, but the prosecutors believe she followed him to work, shot him. One of the pieces of evidence that hasn't been admitted, but what led detectives to believe it was her, she wrote a short story called How to Murder Your Husband.
Oh, come on.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's for real.
This is for real.
Yeah.
I'd never.
Yeah, this isn't a
deal in-
fictional
yeah.
part.
But she wrote that story, How to Murder Your a story, and her story was presumably fiction, but it was How to Murder Your Husband.
Okay.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Didn't OJ, didn't he come out with a book
If
that
I
was
did it,
If I Did It?
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's really putting
Yeah.
a finger in the eye, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You know, It's
That's just taunting
if I
the
did
world.
it. Did
Yeah.
you? I read that.
Is
book.
it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. If you
Julia
like
saying
that,
it.
if you like that story,
This is
you
right
know
up
the
her alley.
OJ story. you
Yeah.
know, it's-
There's a Julie coming in. Loves crime stories. This topic's right up my alley. Without a doubt. Chris, what's up from Maryland?
yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, so Larry, please don't disappear because Julie.
Oh yeah, they live out. They're in LaGrange, Missouri. No one's finding them.
Yeah, no one's looking.
No one even goes there for
even
a reason.
You know it's bad.
Let
Nobody's
alone
looking.
Yeah, no one's gonna go looking for them.
In a few minutes, we're going to ask you the big three.
Okay, you got a big three. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're very important character judging
Okay.
questions. We're not going to ask you any right now. It's very important to start getting nervous now.
Yeah.
So you can get nervous and then bring it back down.
Well, there's nothing
because-
better than being judged.
Yes, that's exactly what this is for. In a zone where we don't judge anyone, we have three questions that everyone will judge.
And what was funny was the other day we were invited. Brandon and I were invited to do a podcast on Saturday. So we're doing this podcast. It was like 2 hours. But we're doing the podcast. At the end, they go, we ask a question of every one of the people that are on our podcast. We went, hold on just a second.
Yeah.
We got some questions for you. So we threw it at them. They didn't see it coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's probably the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, they were like, okay, I guess you guys could ask
So I
questions.
didn't watch the podcast yet. I guess I have to watch it. I was going to ask what were their answers, but I'll
Watch it.
Yeah,
It
you'll
comes
have
out
to
May 17th. It's called the
Okay.
Vision Lab Podcast.
Gotcha.
Well done. The guys are
Yeah, they did a
well
good job.
organized.
Really good job.
Really, really nice job.
Yeah.
So Beer Grills, I've heard of this farm. You may have seen it on TV. I've never been, but did you read the comment?
Out in San Marcos, Texas, they have a body farm called Freeman's Ranch.
Yeah.
Studying natural decomposition.
Yeah, so they get bodies that were donated to science, and they let them decompose, and so they let detectives, maybe other doctors, to come in and see, okay, this is what happens with decomposition. So they get the whole smell, they get the visual, and they get.
They kind of see at a different point if they've
Yeah.
decomposed for a
Yep.
year. This is what
Yeah,
they.
this is what happens. Like if someone's lost out in the woods.
You always wonder how
this
those
is what
guys
happens.
go up to a murder scene. Go, I've been dead for 14 days and
Oh,
8
yeah.
hours, and
How did
he
they
had a
know?
cheeseburger.
It makes me very, I would say, appreciative of my current skill set. If I have any, at least one of them isn't identifying how long a body's been dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to know that
no.
ever.
Right.
I never want to be
That's someone's
possessed of that kind of
expertise.
stuff. Yeah, I know. Think about carrying that around with you.
What would you say is the weirdest skill set you have?
Yeah, man. Certainly
you-
not that.
What would you
If you
say?
see a dead pigeon or something, you're going to go, oh, looks like it's been dead about a day.
Weirdest
About a-
skill set.
What's your weirdest skill set?
So a skill set is something that you're good at.
maybe you think you're good at, but something you take a little bit of humble pride in. You're not going to tell anybody about it.
I think if I could do anything working with electricity and not nearly electrocuting myself, I'd consider that a win.
You're terrible.
I am. I've blown my fingers up. I've done all kinds of stupid stuff.
Oh, with electricity?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And you dabble with it still?
Well, no. It just seems like now if I'm able to redo a light switch and I
so much
survive,
fun.
to me that is...
It's so much fun though. Electricity is so much fun. Putting in a light, like a fixture.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
Oh, and when it works,
Yes.
it's great.
It's so
but,
gratifying.
But when you're holding an over-the-counter microwave
like,
and you didn't quite get it all done and it grounds out and you
Yeah.
fly across the kitchen
Yeah,
and...
I don't touch any of it anymore because I saw how much blood when he blew his finger up all the way. It was like a hot dog in the microwave.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it was
yeah.
hideous.
Oh, electricity's fascinating, isn't it?
You
You haven't been hit by lightning, have you?
I did that night, but it was in my kitchen.
Yeah. Have you been hit by lightning?
No. I have been close where the heat, you could feel the heat when it hits.
Oh, you've been that close?
That close. And that was pretty intense. It was going from a car into a house during a storm, and you get hit, and you could feel the heat. You're like, whoa, that's pretty.
Whoa.
You know, it was intense.
I've been on a golf
pretty
course and
exciting.
I've had it go, it was in the clouds but low, and I felt this, all of a sudden, the static electricity in the air.
Yeah.
Like your hair starts to stand up, and it just got really quiet real quick. It just...
It's very cool. Lightning's very exciting.
It's
Yeah.
I threw the golf club and took off running.
the car that I was
Put your
in
golf
didn't
club
get
down.
struck
I had it up here.
because it didn't all explode. But we were riding with Duke in St. Joseph, Missouri. Then it was Missouri gets some nasty thunderstorms there, and we were driving, and it was just like we entered heaven. Everything just went white everywhere, and I don't even remember if there was a sound. We were just driving, and it was to the point where it's torrential downpour, so you can't see anything. Everything white. Just that second, and that feeling you get after
that's
it hits.
exciting.
You realize, oh boy, we are.
It's such a power.
Oh, it's so wild.
Yeah.
Have you been close to
No, never.
lightning?
Mm-mm.
There's guys that have been struck like 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just,
The
is that
luckiest
just,
guys in the world.
are they bad luck or do they just have...
No, they survive.
Yeah.
You know, they're
It's a
luckiest
little
guys.
Bad and
Yeah.
good luck at the same time. Yeah.
I don't know if
If
that's
you get
the
hit-
side
if
of
you-
luck I want to be on.
If you get hit twice, that's your own fault. The second has to be your
I mean,
own
you're
fault.
trying.
Yeah.
You're like
You're
working
doing
at it.
things in your life that you're just.
Maybe they have a metal thing in their head. And I don't know.
You gotta-
How do you
yeah.
get attracted to that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Larry Adams is coming in. Obviously, his wife's giving him a hard time tonight, so he's decided to give me a hard time. He asked, what hair? I had hair at one point in time.
Yeah.
Back then is when I experienced the lightning.
Happened like 2 or 3 years ago. No, it's. Okay.
And Steve and I were just talking about this when we sat out there. Was why is thunder so loud in Texas compared to anywhere else?
That's true.
Couldn't agree more.
Are there
Isn't
any
that weird?
science out
Isn't
there?
that strange?
Couldn't agree more.
Anybody
Who's
has a theory,
Sam? Is it Sam? That's our science dude.
Open to theories. Man.
Let us know why is
Yeah.
lightning so or
And
thunder
it's-
so loud?
And it's longer here too. There are some times when you'll hit that
Yeah.
2 or 3 minute long rumble.
Yeah.
So, Omaha.
We don't get that anymore.
It's not. It's you
But
get
those-
thunder, but it's
But those
like
big
muted.
claps of thunder, those things are so loud.
We had some of those last night.
Yeah. Did you have them out
Oh,
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
We didn't have
It
them-
was rough.
We
last
didn't have
night.
them
Yeah.
down in Dallas, but
Oh, did you guys get them up
Yeah.
here? Oh yeah, whack that, and you hear that
Yeah.
cracking before, and
oh,
then
I love that.
whoa.
It's kind of a nice
I
sound.
like to go outside
It's a
and
thick,
watch it.
rich, resonant sound.
Oh, it's
You know, but it's so loud, it's
Just like
a little
when the-
unsettling.
The alarms go off for hurricanes or whatever.
a tornado.
Tornado.
Tornadoes.
Did you have that out here?
We do. I go outside and kind of watch them.
Yeah.
You gotta check the place. I mean, the problem is, and Frank Tomaszewski, my neighbor, will attest to this. There was a lightning storm that happened here last year, and there were. He can give me the exact numbers, but within the neighborhood or just the surrounding area, there were like 4 houses that got struck and burnt down. In between Little Elm and Frisco, it was, I think, double digit I think it was double-digit homes that got struck and burnt down. So it's not
That's
comforting.
intense.
No.
It was comforting
Okay,
before that
no.
storm.
Yeah.
But then when you realize,
You don't want your house to burn down.
you don't want your house to burn down.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking 3 o'clock in the morning. What's my plan here? You got the
Right.
whole deal.
Yeah.
Powder, the movie, Bear Grylls.
Powder
Well
the
done.
movie.
Powder.
Yeah.
It was shot
Sean-
down by Houston.
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Was
yeah,
it?
shot down by Houston. Yeah, in the fall, it was funny watching that movie. You could see how it was shot in the fall because the leaves roll off the trees. Great movie.
It was.
When he brought the deer back to life.
Oh well, no, he didn't. Remember, he connected. He touched the crazy coach or whatever it was, and the deer, so he could feel what it was like to die.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I got to rewatch that.
It was that was
That's
intense.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be. You raced with him.
I
that
raced
time.
with Sean Patrick Flannery.
Did
yeah.
you really?
Yeah, I raced in a car
he was
race in Minneapolis,
so
and
good in
he raced in it and got a chance to hang out with him. And
Did you talk about powder? About shooting?
no, we didn't talk about powder. We were talking about racing, and and I also raced with Carlton, Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't do the Carlton dance. So yeah, everybody I guess was focused on racing or something. I don't know.
Case. What do they think?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he said 4 houses burned down in 2 square miles.
Oh, that's nuts.
I mean, it felt like War of the Worlds. And it stuck over our house for what felt like 10, 15 minutes. Just that close
Really?
lightning for a long
And
time.
the thunder's just bam, bam, bam.
To the point that the thunder was so strong that I have this double door in the back, and I was looking outside as you do, and the thunder was so strong that it actually looked like somebody was pushing their way in.
Oh, that is
So whoa, and you could
Crazy.
see the window how it changed everything. It gets gnarly here.
That was last night?
No. That was last year. That
Last
was part of
year,
that
yeah.
that thunderstorm. Absolutely.
Air is a crazy thing. I found that out. We played it in a golf tournament today, right on the approach into DFW. And when some of these planes would fly by, they would fly, and they're super low. They would fly by, and then 10 seconds later, it was like the air would close. It's like the jet goes by, and then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, it's right behind it. But it's like the air is collapsing behind this, where it was opened up by the jet, and you hear it like close behind it. It was the craziest thing. I'd never experienced that.
Huh.
And it wasn't the big jets didn't do it, but a DC-9, smaller, they did it. It was really, really weird.
That's wild.
It's like called the wake. Is that like the wake?
It seemed like it, but the plane was long gone. And then this like hissing sound would come in, and it literally sounded like everything was sealing back up again. It's like it was open and it sealed back up.
Listen,
You have to
that-
ask Andrew
that-
about it too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's interesting.
That's really cool.
So dabbling in physics is one of your skill sets that you.
Yeah, I
It's one of
have.
your
I
hidden
have.
talents?
If in rating skill set 0 is a number, yeah, that's where I'm at on the whole physics.
I'm gonna hop
Thing.
into this because it.
Yeah,
shocked me.
what's your skill set?
Dancing, and I'm not talking like dancing like this, but for some reason I just have like this particular kind of style that I do that I can't dance anything else.
I think it's kind of like molten lava.
It's kind of like it's kind of a deal. It's a deal closer, and it's effective dance style. It's kind of Magic Mikey, but I didn't know where I learned it from. But all of a sudden, one time, that's how I just started moving. I was like, oh, well, I can move like that. And then Ollie's like, don't do that.
Really?
What do you mean don't do that?
I was going to ask. Maybe that's how it attracted you.
Oh, no, for sure. And actually, I think it goes back full circle because my best man in my wedding was terrible in school, and we met in Spanish class. And so I double worked because I helped him as well. So I learned Spanish a little faster. And then right before I left for Mexico, he taught me how to dance for like 20 minutes. And then I meet Ale, and we spend the whole time just dancing.
Is he Mexican?
No.
Yeah.
That dude just got moves. He's got great moves.
Yeah,
but then it taught me
high
this.
jumper. He just very
He's awesome.
bendy.
Yeah, very bendy. He's a white dude. He jumped 7'2" in the high jump. 7'2".
Yeah.
So he taught me how to dance, and so that's my talent. That
Okay.
That's my skill that might be hidden, that busts out.
What's
here.
more incredible is the guy was born with basically a little nub of a thumb and no hand, and he rides mountain bikes, and he'll ride motorcycles and stuff with this just barely something
He's
to
learned
kind
how
of
to
hold
adapt
on.
to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, to watch him and to ride motorcycles and the whole deal. Beer Grylls is just, he is just winning right now. So you break dance, you don't break dance.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Dance for Cigars. Yep. There's a room on
Yeah.
the table. So
That's good.
that's what I've got. That's what I
Well,
got.
how about you? You have that special skill. Obviously, you're clearly an accomplished electrician.
I'm an excellent driver.
Driver.
I have no idea why, but I can drive very well. Any car, I can just pop in a car and just drive.
Are you saying track driving, like going
No,
fast?
just drive on the road. I'll give you a ride anywhere, and I can drive really well. I don't make mistakes. I don't get, knock on wood, don't get it right. I'm just really comfortable behind the wheel.
Huh.
It's odd.
Valid.
So you land in a city and you get your rental car, and I can automatically adapt to whatever car I
Are you left hand, or what do you call it? The lane, left lane, middle, or right lane?
Middle.
Middle.
Oh, so he's respectful.
You gotta be able to
Always.
adapt.
He's attentive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And positions himself well.
And I love
No,
cars.
what he knows is either the right side or the left side's going to be faster, so I'm going to just sit in the middle and wait for the opportunity,
Yeah.
and then hop in.
Yeah.
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 You drive this tollway right here, and you'll.
I
quickly
love
learn.
driving the tollway. I can drive that all day.
Oh,
I just
I'm with you.
love it. It's just, man.
It's
It's so
it's
much
the
fun.
Texas Autobahn.
Yeah, it really is.
You
man.
get past
It is.
121,
It is.
and it's
Yeah, that's where you're exactly
So-
right. That's where it starts.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
great experience is driving the tollway with an 06 Honda Ridgeline because it feels like you're hauling ass. That thing is like fluttering. It's kind of floating on you.
Everything's
a little
about ready to fall off.
bit. Yeah, and you're
I
going,
love
holy
a
shit.
Ridgeline. You have a Ridgeline?
Yeah, I've got a
Oh, I
Ridgeline.
love those cars.
Oh, they're
Those
great.
trucks are great, man.
Oh, they're great.
It's a
This thing-
beauty.
It's
And it
I-
drives kind of like really, it drives like a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a unibody,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yes, yes it is. That's
And it's so old, it has so many miles that the odometer, which is digital, doesn't read anymore. So it either has
that's
100,000 miles or 300,000
How
miles,
fun.
somewhere in between there. But it's just such a reliable car.
Uh,
I've had it, and I would guess there's probably 260, 270,000 miles. I've only had one mechanical error on that car.
It's Honda.
It's Honda.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So he just bought the new Acura SUV.
the MDX.
You got
and-
I got an RDX.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I love those. They're great.
The MDX has the same chassis
got extra
in the
rub.
same exact motor as the truck has.
Okay.
Just
okay.
think about that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that of a world that everything changes. It still has a 3.5 liter V6. That is one of the most reliable vehicles
Yep.
I've ever
Absolutely.
been around.
Yeah.
So there are 3 cars and 2 of them have the same exact motor and chassis. It's,
Go with the winner.
and then the other one keeps
It works.
Sean Ratz fed.
Yeah.
So Adam's saying, "Come on, Stag, let's see a sample." And
You know what? You see it. You come down for First Friday,
First
Come out
Friday.
first
I'll bust it
Friday.
out for you.
and you do.
I'll bust it out.
Yeah,
I'll snatch
I'm,
Julie up from you. Adrian, what's yours? What's your hidden talent?
I don't know. I was thinking while we were sitting here talking. I can't think of anything that's
well,
not-
clearly it's shooting guns. You're probably pretty good at that by now.
I wouldn't say I'm really good at that. I enjoy it,
Frank, you
but
asshole.
combining the cigars and guns aspect, I think I'm good at that.
No, hidden. We already know all that stuff. We
I
know
know,
you're good
I
with
know.
firearms. We know you're good with
Alcohol,
cigars.
tobacco, and firearms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is the ATF
yeah.
He
guy.
is,
ATF.
he is the ATF of the
Yeah.
shop, for sure.
What would it be? I would be really curious to see. Well, I'll ask Kathleen.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
she
is
may be
Christy
better.
coming in here?
Oh, because we haven't fired up these blind testers.
You want me to stop a Duende for this
When
Nicaraguan?
you're done with the Duende, we're gonna.
When I have a Duende and you want me to smoke this
Well,
Nicaraguan
I
cigar?
know that's going to be different, but I just wanted to challenge you guys on one.
Where did you get this at?
I'm not going to tell you whether it's from here or another humidor. I want you to figure it out yourself.
I don't think it's from here. Just by looking at it, checking the weight.
It's heavy. It's heavy like a Nicaraguan for sure.
We have a really solid question that comes in.
All right.
If Sasquatch could drive, what would he drive?
Holy crap. A Jeep, obviously, of some sort.
That's good.
Yeah, with no doors on it.
Take the doors off the Wrangler.
I'm thinking kind of that Harry and the Henderson's
big,
wood panel.
Wood panel,
The
yeah.
wood panel. What's a wood panel?
Woody.
Station wagon.
Yeah,
The Grand.
Plymouth.
the Ford Galaxy had a really nice one with the simulated wood on the side, the big decal.
You'd need something with a lot of leg room, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
Actually,
I could
and
see him in a 72 Bronco with the top off.
72.
You know what? I was thinking Bronco. Yeah.
Geo Tracker says Josh, we've got a Hummer 1 coming in.
Hummer.
That would be one.
Hummer 1 would be...
That'd be more Predator, I think.
Yeah, he'd have a hard time getting parts on that where he's at.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very valid point.
Larry coming in with a Yugo.
Larry's talking about what he drives. Because where he lives in Missouri, people really don't judge you by the car you drive. So
Yeah,
he
he's
just
a
drives
Pinto
Yugo.
guy.
Yeah, he's a Pinto
guy.
I guarantee it, he's got at least 2 Pintos in the front yard up on blocks.
One on blocks, yeah.
Yeah.
I always like when we turn into the car segment and the car topic.
Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse. So I want to ask this. I've asked this before, and it's a valid question because it can always change. But think about money's no object. What car do you buy? Money is an object. What car do you buy? Dream cars in both. One, you don't have to think about anything. One, you have to think, you kind of got to budget it. What do you do? What are your choices? I'm curious about these guys out here too.
Yeah.
And Ron Hancock coming in, he had a 72 Olds wagon with the wood paneling.
Wood.
Does
With
this
the
twist
wood
off?
paneling.
Does that
Yes,
twist?
it is.
Okay.
There we go.
What? Okay, so Brandon, what's yours? You guys let us know what yours is out
Sean
there.
Rath says, money no object, Ferrari 812 super fast. Good on you.
Yeah.
That's a really solid answer. Money and object, I would go, I guess that's kind of money no object, but let's say numbers aren't matching. I'm going to go 68 Hemi Cuda. Purple, black graphic up the side. That's where I'm going to go. If I just want something that's cool all the time, resto modded, throw some American Racing 5 spokes, 19 in the front, 20 in the back, 330s
Just
for the rear
gearhead.
tires. Gearhead.
Go pull up to a
yeah.
car show, talk to every guy wearing a white T-shirt from the last car show that he was at, and his New Balance on, and
Yeah.
he's going to sit and tell you about every car that he had since he was.
I'm not
15.
going to a car show with the cars. I'm out
That's
of the car
that
show
is
business.
that is a stereotypical car show.
But a 68 Cuda, off the top of my head, it always changes, but that's where I'm going to go right now.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going?
That's your.
That's not my money is no object. That is,
Okay.
even though I know those go for.
I got both of mine. What do you got?
I think mine are both money and object and just grab it, but it's the 90s, probably 91, early 90s Acura NSX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
money and object, you're going to get one that's totally just
Perfect.
modded out,
Yeah.
perfect, yeah. And then the other one is just like you grab one and you fix it up.
Frank's going Koenigsegg, 68 Camaro.
Larry Adams just went with my first car.
Well,
Hey Larry, when you come down, I'll pull my 70 Monte Carlo out and we'll go for a
your
ride.
first car and your current car.
Yeah, I have it.
Yep.
Thanks to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours?
God, you know, I don't care as much about the. I mean, I'm just a BMW guy, and I mean, you know what? I remember driving an Audi S8 about 2006. I used to write cover the car industry for a magazine called Brand Week magazine, and I got a different car about every week
Nice.
or two, and so Audi gave us great service. So, but I remember the S8 being particularly fantastic. So I'd probably go with that. I don't even know if they make it anymore.
But see, I would
Is the
see,
S8
I would
is
see
that
in
the
you.
Germany, but
wagon?
in Germany.
The station wagon?
No.
That's not the Avant. Okay.
No.
But the car that I see him in when he said he's a BMW guy, there's a classic, and I don't remember what the number is, but there's a classic like 72, 73 BMW that it became the 3 Series, but I don't remember what the number was. And this one, a friend of mine had one, but it's just it's a classic.
Oh, Crowley? Are you saying Kroll?
Yes. No, he had the M6.
Okay.
Or, yeah, an M6. But this was probably 72, but it was before it went, that's kind of what Kroll has. But it's not a 3, I want to say it's like
Precursor
the
to
3.0. I think it was like,
Yeah.
see if there's
That's
a
what that is.
BMW.
It's 72 BMW 3.0.
Okay, so there's
That's pretty. That's
there's a
real
more
cool looking.
that one's raced up. That one's got the spoilers on it, but that car right there.
There was a guy for Cars and Cigars that had one very similar
Oh,
to that.
yep.
So
months
the
ago.
like the one in the upper left hand corner.
Look at that. That's kind of got that.
That's
old,
it right there.
That old kind of
cool
DB5
looking.
look to
That
it.
he had
Yeah.
one that was kind of a copper, silver copper color, and it was gorgeous, and it has so much headroom. He looked like a freaking third grader stole the car.
Larry Adams, you can have a cigar in it.
You know, money's no
Yes,
object.
you can.
Yeah. Money's no object. I'm smoking in that bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
absolutely.
That's a good point.
Absolutely.
So
So you go with an S8.
And probably Audi S8. That'd be the.
What motor was that? A V8, a supercharged V8 in
God,
it?
it was bigger than that. It was big. I remember thinking how crazy it was driving it. It was crazy power. But yeah, it was probably maybe it was an 8, maybe. But I just remember it being really, really refined. It was very well done.
Pablo-
I thought Audi hit it out of the park. And
That's
so I thought, wow, boy, I really liked
They
it.
got their act together.
You know, yeah, they do. You're right.
especially the ones that are
They
made
do.
just for Europe.
Yes,
That-
that's right.
That I
That's
know.
right.
Pablo has, I think, the RS8, which
Yeah.
is the Avant, which is the hatchback.
Right.
Okay.
But that sound is
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
That sound is unbelievable.
Very, very
wow.
nice.
That
Yeah.
sound is beautiful.
yeah. So that'd be.
I like
top.
Josh's. Yeah.
Which
I
Josh-
wouldn't get too fancy.
Money no object, an M6 V10, because it will need a new transmission every 50,000 miles.
Yeah, that's
If
yeah.
you
You
get 50,000
that's why you
miles
need
out
the
of
money.
Yeah.
Mine's real simple. Money no object. The new Ford GT.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible car, and a classic roller would be that triple black '64 Lincoln Continental
Yeah.
convertible.
That's
You can't park it in any garage in a house that's been built in the last 20 years, but man, that's just a cool car. Classic.
money no object. I'd probably stick classic again. I would probably go that Aston Martin DB5.
Old school.
Old school,
Yeah.
original Bond car.
Yeah.
The look of that, the size of it, the beautiful iconic grille, the sound, the visceral connection. Like there's
I
something.
mean, like the old Ferrari 365. That's another one that's 65. That was done in 65, but that is just it's in that same era.
Well, and people love the 265 Daytona. I think I think it looks like a 1984 Cavalier to me, but I know it's a crazy expensive car.
Yeah.
But could you imagine how visceral that is? I think we've been enticed, especially in the new age, to just have incredibly fast cars that just do insane numbers. But there is a feeling, and Sean will attest to it, there's a feeling to hop in an old school Porsche that you hit a manhole cover and it kind of pulls you a little bit. You get that feel,
You feel the road.
where
yeah.
you can just set it so the RPMs kind of sit at that 3,000, and you get to that tone where you just no radio needed. You just pay attention to what's happening. There's that sound. I think the new cars, your car's got a good sound to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like those cars in Comedians in Cars, that Seinfeld show, Comedians
Yeah.
in Cars. He's always got beautiful cars. It's just
No
a lot
doubt
of
about
fun
that.
to watch. And
No.
he'll have junkers, and they'll have those really nice old classics.
63 Corvette Stingray split window like Grandpa's.
Yeah.
327. What a dream that would be. 4-speed Hurst shifter. Oh, knockoff wheels, fuel injected. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be badass.
JCPR, thanks for joining. Cheers.
What do we got? Looks like we've got some. We actually got some BMW friend. We've got some
Yeah.
BMW guys here.
There we go.
A
It is
sport
the
wagon.
ultimate driving machine.
BMW is one of the few that still does a station wagon. Mercedes does
But
an
who
AMG
does
station
that?
wagon.
Yeah.
Who buys a
In
BMW
Europe.
station
That's
wagon?
right.
I think that's weird.
Well,
I think, you don't go to the BMW
it's not
dealer
a station
and go,
wagon. but
what do you
what's
got in the station
Ferrari
wagon?
that's almost like with the.
Oh, the Ferrari looks. It's. I don't know if it was called the FXX.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but Ferrari did have a station wagon for the longest time that was on that,
Crazy.
the 599 platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I don't know what that was called, F12 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you
that was
are you
alright.
into F1 at all?
No,
Oh, I could see you being into F1.
I don't know anything about it.
That's.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get into.
I'm sure there's been some crimes and true crimes in the F1 families. Some engineer's been kidnapped and murdered
Whacked.
because he was
Yeah.
figured out how to make it go faster.
Looks like Josh was a Porsche guy as well. He had an S4 and an S2. S2 tells me it was a 944. Right? That was the S2 was 944. It was S4, GT, and GTS in that 928s, right?
I just had 928 S S4 GT.
And GTS in 94.
Yeah. the
Well, push
last-
forward.
Yeah.
Push forward.
Yeah.
Maybe we just get to the first
Let me
question.
smoke this dog turd that.
You want to fire it up and see what it's all about?
Is it already cut?
It is
He
cut.
gave me one with mold on it. No, I guess it's an ash. Chris is trying to kill us.
Uh-huh. S2 is 85, 86.
Okay.
Okay. Well, sorry to drag you along through car talk.
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right.
Let's get into the first question.
First question. Why don't you fire it? Why don't you kick it up? For
Yes.
us? Kick it up.
Yeah. First question.
This is the first of the big three.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a big three.
Yeah.
Well, there's four. I'm real curious what his number 4 is.
What are your what's your belief on Sasquatch? Bigfoot, does he exist or not, and why?
And you could scale a 1 to 10 it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with a 0
I
on that.
thought I liked you. Yeah.
No, I probably gonna have to go no. I just think, if you haven't seen it yet, and there's always that invasive.
Yep.
You got a photo, man? Just show me a photo. I'm ready.
Not this grainy shit.
Not
right?
the grainy shit. Not
Yeah.
the Zapruder type stuff
Yeah.
of the classic where he's walking like that. Not that. I need some. I need a photo.
Yes.
And you show me a photo, I'm a big
Yes.
believer.
I'm with
Sort of
you.
like it's sort of like UFOs, though. I mean, there are photos of UFOs. I believe in that.
Okay.
There is.
Oh, that's question number 2.
sorry.
Okay, no, roll into it.
I didn't want to get ahead of you.
hop into it.
But
We know he's a hard 0 on
I
Bigfoot.
definitely believe there's like UFOs. I mean, there's obviously life in other
Yeah.
galaxies, and I don't doubt at all that we're seeing some of that. I think I think that's fairly common though by now. I've been to Area 51. I mean, out there in Rachel, Nevada, where you go
Uh-huh.
out there and stayed at the Little Alien. It's called. It's a little. They're little trailers, and you stay in a trailer, and there's a trailer with a bar in it, and they all sit around and talk about
Oh,
aliens
yeah, I've
and
seen
stuff.
That's got to be fun.
And it's really fun.
Is it
really
worth
Okay.
the trip out there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
By
that
far.
sounds to me
That
like
sounds like a family
that,
RV trip.
that sounds like an
It's
ICC
fantastic.
trip.
Is it really?
It is. It's great. It's everything you think it would
The
be.
alien.
See, that's so funny because when we were going to drive back from Colorado, if it was a whole family, I was thinking, oh, we'll just dip over and then just make it an extended
Rachel,
stay. I wanted to go in.
Nevada. Yeah.
So do
and
it.
you can stay. You stay right there on the trailers. They're all there talking, and then the next day they show you how to get up and see Area 51. So you climb the hill. You have to scale a hill, and then if you go to the wrong place, the Area 51 cops come, and the black SUVs, and they're like, hey, you got to get out of here. You'll see them coming, and you go, okay, we're leaving.
No way.
Yeah, it's a
want
little
that
game
too.
everybody plays.
We've got
So-
to do it. It would just be such a fun, long weekend. We get out there, hang
Sure,
out, be in the
sure.
desert,
Oh yeah.
smoke cigars, hang out,
Absolute-
drink
oh,
in the
absolutely.
bar trailer.
In the bar trailer, yeah, drinking the bar trailer. When I was out there, me and Buddy were like just beating around Nevada, and we went and stayed there, and we went to the bar thing, and there was a few other people staying, and then after the bar closed, we all took beers, sat outside under the stars. Of course, you could see all the stars
it's
to
beautiful.
infinity. It's beautiful. It was during the summer. It was fantastic. So yeah. But anyway,
That sounds like a trip.
it is it's really fun. Well worth it.
That wouldn't be bad.
And
We
then
just rented an
but
RV.
you've got to try to scale the hill to see Area 51. and you can go all the way up, and you can see the landing, the lights on the landing. If you really work hard, it's quite a climb.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, it's really really fun.
Okay.
So anyway,
Oh,
UFOs,
man.
yes. Sasquatch, no, probably.
Okay.
UFOs, and so UFOs here on planet Earth.
Sure. I mean, we're always. It's really just an unidentified flying object, right?
Right.
So there's plenty of that, but the idea of being extraterrestrial life, of course, yeah. Can't imagine that we're alone. Would be a terrible.
And
Would
do
be
you
a terrible
do you
thought,
agree
Wouldn't
with
it?
my?
This is all we got.
I agree.
Do you agree with my theory that all redheads are aliens? 'Cause,
Never even thought about that.
you know, it's the next redhead you talk to, just when the weird stuff starts flowing out of their mouth, just look. I've found that there are redhead conventions all over the world, and I think that's where they all get together and conspire and stuff. So I think redheads are aliens.
There's one I never thought of, but okay.
But just think about it. I dare you to watch Netflix or anything on television, and the main actresses are not redheads.
Wow.
They're all redheads.
Yep.
So
You gotta watch.
they've
have to be more vigilant.
infiltrated the entertainment deal so that they're just going to slowly
Take over the.
just take
Oh,
your
I
mind
got it.
melting.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, that's a.
It sounds
so where do you
crazy
sit
today.
On the 1 to 10
On 1 to 10 for
for
Alien.
aliens.
aliens. Oh, I'd say 10.
Ooh.
Oh, I'd say definitely. When we say aliens, I'd just say extraterrestrial life.
See, here's
Well,
Adrian is at the point where
Yeah.
like the F-18's flying, and sure they've got the multi-million-dollar camera showing the Tic Tac flying through the air, or the little pill flying through the air.
Yeah.
But
Tic
he's
Tac.
like waiting for the alien to pull up beside him and flip him off. And,
Yeah.
I mean, he won't
Well-
believe it until they do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Oh,
wants
really?
it to be
Okay.
like a Top
So you're
Gun
not
thing.
a believer at
They're
all.
going to fly upside
No.
down over the
Okay.
F-18.
Okay.
He's a non-believer.
non-believer.
No Sasquatch.
Everything.
No.
No Sasquatch.
There's no coast to coast in the middle of the night. You don't watch Coast to Coast AM
I don't.
or
Oh,
would
but
listen to.
That,
it.
I've
It's
listened to
radio.
that
That's
before when I
radio.
was traveling. Oh no, coast to coast radio.
Oh,
Because
it's
that's all I listened to when I was traveling on the road. I'd flip that
Oh,
on.
it's fun at night,
What is
especially
it?
when you're driving.
It's
Yeah.
it's an alien believer
Yes.
that has all these truck drivers and stuff calling in, and they're
Yes.
seeing the shit
It's
like
good.
right then.
It's good.
I drive 15 hours through
And you didn't
alien
listen to
country,
Coast to Coast.
and you didn't tell me about
You didn't
this.
hear Coast to
That's
Coast.
bad
Yeah, to just
Uh,
whip through the AM dial, man. You'll get it.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anybody want to just take a road trip with me? I'm free this weekend.
Yeah.
I drive 10 hours to El Paso, multiple times a year. I guess I.
He's gonna come back.
You
a
gotta
believer.
listen.
You're going to see
you're
some
come back.
UFOs out there. Didn't you ever see
I
anything in
see
the
aliens there all day long.
Do you ever
Yeah,
see anything?
They're just good. They're just really good swimmers.
Right. But do you ever see when you do that drive? You do it during the night. Do you ever see anything in the sky? You're like, wow, that's weird.
I probably do, and I just kind of play it off as.
Yeah, and I do get
Nothing else,
that. Yeah. Which is
He drinks a lot of tequila when he drives.
Which
Yeah,
is the,
it
you know,
helps.
smart thing
It's a
to do.
boring drive.
But
That's a terrible drive.
It's pretty boring.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
third one is a two-part, but I think the second part we'll walk into it. The first one is you see Bear Grylls.
Yes.
The first part is ghosts. Where do you sit?
Ghosts. Never seen one,
Mm-hmm.
so probably no.
Spirits
Logical.
and a connection with the spiritual world.
Would love to, still no. Open to it, yeah, for sure. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could contact somebody who's deceased, that'd be fantastic. But haven't yet. Tried, just you kind of like leave yourself open.
Right?
Still no.
Hasn't made its way to you.
No, it'd be great. It'd be welcome. It'd be wonderful. Can you imagine anything more consoling?
Yeah, I mean that's for people. That's something that maybe it's just something that's innate in myself.
It's not scary at all.
No, when anyone who's close to me that has passed, I've had some sort of dream experience.
Oh,
with.
always the dreams, but
Right.
that's natural, right? We always get
Is that what
dreams,
that is?
but
Is
not
it
the
grieving?
experience. Yeah.
Right? It
Always.
would have to be the grieving process
Sure.
of something firing off in your brain.
Right. Yeah. That connection, feeling close, because you were probably close.
Right.
But yeah, but it'd be great.
It would be cool.
I can't think of anything better. It'd be just like having them there. Yeah, but
That's why these these people that can apparently see the other side,
Yeah.
when they do, when they go to an auditorium, it is packed.
yes.
So
yes.
there are more believers at that than there
Right.
are at church.
Because we're all
they
open to
want
it.
it.
We
Oh,
all
please,
want
just,
to believe in that.
I hope
That'd be
my
so
dad
great.
comes through. I mean,
Yes.
it's just they
Yeah,
want
yeah.
it so bad.
And when you watch that and you
Yeah.
watch the people who talk about it, you know they're full of shit because you have no emotional attachment to it. Oh, this guy's just peddling the crowd, right? He can work the crowd easily.
Yeah.
You know, who? I'm seeing a blue car. Oh yeah, my dad drove a blue car. And boom, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Right,
it's all an
right.
illusion, right? When you
Yeah.
work the crowd,
If you
it's
ask the right questions, you're going to get an answer.
right.
Yeah.
Just leave it open.
It's not going
That's
to
it.
come to you in an auditorium full of people.
Right.
It's going to come to you just alone.
Yeah.
That's all.
Ideally, I hope.
Mhm.
That'd be the best time.
But if there are spirits, they do exist. Is it hard to think that there are legitimate mediums that have that ability to connect?
I say no.
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 On mediums.
No.
I am a.
Hocus
I'm
pocus.
I'm a negative one.
Yeah. Hocus pocus.
I'm flat out on it.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you any different? You're just connect with it? No, you're.
No, you just got a
Fucking
line,
swindler.
line of patter. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Palm
swindler.
readers, all that whole
All
genre.
that hocus pocus.
The
Yeah.
whole deal.
Yeah.
Right?
The cards, the tarot cards.
Ale
Yeah.
went and did one of these things
Yes.
a long time ago. My wife's name is Ale.
Yeah.
So she went and did this thing, and the lady said she read like a coffee. She makes you coffee, and then she reads this coffee filter or something. I don't know what it is, right? It's some
Yeah.
bullshit.
Okay.
And she found out she was going to be with someone who is tall, who likes beer, like all of these like super just any guy ever.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be with a tall guy who likes beer
Okay.
and
Yeah.
likes bikes or something. I don't know what it was, but she went through and her friend was all into it. Oh my god, you're gonna to her friend. She said you're gonna move somewhere that I don't know. I'm just seeing like a chili pepper. They lived in Mexico, by the way, and she lands in Texas, and it's the Hatch Chili Fest. So she's like, there it is, a chili pepper.
Oh my God.
Come on.
So the first tall dude she saw.
The first two, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, her friend also, she's not watching. This same friend that believed that all of this was true, also married Ale's ex,
Oh shit.
and
Wow.
then, I'm not shitting you, like 4 or 5 months after Elias, my son, was born, named their son Elias.
No.
Like everything is just right after the path. So she's right on the heels. She's a
Yeah.
sweetheart.
So the
Bless her heart.
yeah, bless her heart.
So
You
the
creative son of a bitch.
there's a fourth bonus question since you've answered these questions.
Bonus.
I noticed I didn't say answer them correctly. You
No.
answered them. That's what we're really looking
Okay.
for.
There's no correct answer.
There is no correct
Okay,
answer.
good.
What is your spirit animal?
A dog.
A dog. You're
Why is
officially
that?
now my wife's
Why is that?
favorite.
I don't know because they're so easy to relate to because they're. I don't know. There's something about they're so human, and I think they're open to everything and they're curious about everything and they don't have any answers.
Oh wow.
They don't have any
That's-
answers. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, and dogs are very humble.
Yeah, very. They don't have. Yeah.
At first, I wouldn't have said that. At first, I wouldn't have guessed that's the direction you would have went. But it's the truth. I mean, I saw you when you were walking in. I was like, oh man, Steve's coming in. Oh, this is gonna be a great day. And when I sit down and we're hanging with you, we get to have this experience. There's a feeling like a dog where you just sit and he's got my back.
Yeah, you
I
just-
got his back. We're
Yeah.
buddies.
And dog. Yeah, right. Exactly, but and I appreciate that. But dogs are so, they're fairly easy to understand too. You look at them and they're like, okay, everything is what it is. They don't probably believe in UFOs. If they could
But
talk, they wouldn't believe in
They wouldn't
UFOs.
believe it.
I mean, they wouldn't believe. They wouldn't believe
My
that.
dog
but-
would. I would put it more toward.
Your dog
This
would
isn't
be-
a hair thing, but I was thinking more like a sea turtle. Right?
I have any
You have like
experiences.
you have this flow to you where you just kind of, it feels like you go with the current of the world, and which
You don't wanna
goes
fight it.
towards your good driving, because you pay attention, you go with the flow, you're not forcing it, you're just there, you're existing, you're moving, and you take what's ahead of you. That's immediately I thought a sea turtle, and a sea turtle has this element of you want to be close with it. It's cool with you being close with it, but at a certain point he could just turn and go to where you can't go.
And a
To
dog-
me, that's where it would.
And a
that's where I would-
dog is easy to relate to though, because I mean, don't you ever look at a dog and you go into a room and you see a dog and you look at the dog and the dog looks at you and you go,
Yes.
all
We're
the
good.
time, all the time.
Have you ever just looked into a dog's eyes, like with Hallie, it was this way? You look in it and you feel there's something more there.
Yeah, always. Yeah,
That's-
often.
You might be a dog that can't open doors. Well, Hallie could, but you. I've gotten scratch doors to show that.
Yeah,
But you can't do this. But we're not that far off.
right. I always think that about dogs. But the dogs are very kindred spirits.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at
But
a
the
dog
one,
hanging out.
one undeniable fact about a dog is they are always happy to see you.
That's true too. And they are.
Even after you get after them for doing something, and after that they're like, "How can I please you?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. They are. It is the best animal.
It is the best.
It is.
Yeah.
Is there a
And-
better
and-
animal than a dog?
No.
No.
But
And if there are cat people on this, go ahead and just shut
No.
off the stream now.
yeah, we
Yeah.
really don't need to talk to you.
Yeah,
I-
we've
Yeah.
definitely got a fundamental
Cats are
disagreement
just-
in the
this-
approach to life.
We're not the same
Cat.
type of person.
They
Yeah.
named cats because asshole was already taken.
100%.
I just
Yeah,
there's just no doubt
agree
they're
more.
just
Yeah,
they're sneaky little bastards.
they are.
My daughter's a cat person, and
I don't like her.
Well, I mean, other than that,
Yeah.
she's a vet tech, so she loves all animals.
Okay.
She has a cat, and the nicest cat comes up to you, right? You pet it, and I want
That's
to be
what they
pet,
all say.
and they fucking bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
No. No.
Cats.
Cats are
People
no
say that.
go, man.
People justify being cat people because their cat is, it's kind of like a
It's
dog.
different.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It'll let you pet
It's
it.
not
Oh,
different.
really?
It's
bites
not
you.
different
Yeah.
at all.
Walk in
Yeah.
the door and say, hey, Whiskers.
no,
Yeah.
fucking turn around.
Whiskers like
Yeah.
Just walk
feed
away.
me.
Yeah.
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 Where's
The
my
dog would have already been there in the first
Oh,
place.
yeah.
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 Just wait.
We've been wagging his tail.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm a dog guy.
what if it's not a dog? What is the pet that you would want? What is the animal you'd want to have as a pet?
Wow, that's a good one.
Birds are fucking nasty and loud.
I'd like to have an elephant. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Elephants are cool.
Have you seen this? The story of the elephant and the dog.
No.
It's a pretty human story. So there's an elephant and a dog, and it's part of the sanctuary, and I think it was in Texas. And the dog got sick, got
Oh,
really
those
sick.
stories always get to me.
And
That's
it's
crazy.
and so as the dog is sick, it's just laying on the porch, and the elephant won't leave.
That's the
the
crazy-
elephant is
those
just standing there
stories are so
watching the dog
crazy.
on the porch, and and you can go in because it has a good ending. The dog gets better.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, then they're playing together, and it's a really human story to it. But
I love those things.
but
yeah.
an elephant would be cool.
Elephant would be fun.
if you didn't piss it off.
Oh, I don't think you would. You treat it right, it'd
Right?
be fine.
I don't know. I have a big dog, and just he shits pretty big. I could not imagine having to pick up elephants.
Maybe.
No, we've taken the logistics out of it.
Yeah,
we're talking from
we're
an
yeah,
animal
we're gonna have to
perspective.
take
Yeah,
care of
feeding
That's
it.
the first thing I thought of.
Oh, really? The problems. Endemic to having. Okay, well.
That's hard because dogs are so perfect that I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to
you
mess
don't-
with anything else.
Yeah, if dogs would just last a lifetime.
Yeah,
That's
That's
it.
the-
that's.
biggest
I
problem.
always say that's God's cruelest
To have them
joke is to make them
have
go so
short-
much faster.
Yes.
This
Yes.
guy, Larry. I mean,
Damn, he's trying.
Happy anniversary. It's their anniversary today.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I've been married to a fox for 24 years today. Happy anniversary. Wow, and you're watching us.
Yeah.
Things
Hey,
aren't going that
big-
great.
No.
So, Beard Grills is coming up with an excellent question. What about service animals aside from a dog? I think I've seen videos of, I think this one, the craziest thing, a lady brought a peacock as a service animal on a plane.
Because it was soothing to her. That's
Look,
wacky.
I guess.
Aleigh's neighbors
Yes.
have peacocks.
They're
Fuck
loud as
peacocks.
fuck.
Yeah, they're not very
loud.
They're
soothing.
annoying.
Yeah.
They're super loud.
They make
They
a
don't-
lot of noise, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's
That's
just,
right.
it's not even a good noise
Did they
either.
jump on the roof?
Yeah.
I've seen them where they jump on the
No,
roofs.
they've got like prison walls in Mexico, so they don't.
Oh, Mexico.
yeah,
Okay.
they don't make their way.
Yeah, no, I've seen them here in Texas. And yeah.
Hang on, Shiba Inu. Ron Hancock's coming in with a Shiba Inu.
Those are the
He's
ones
got
that,
one.
They don't bark, right?
Oh, he has one.
Yeah.
Are
Like
those
a,
ones
a
that-
red one.
That's what
Oh,
Eddie was.
Eddie
Oh,
was
yeah.
an asshole.
Eddie was an asshole.
because he couldn't bark. What the fuck?
Oh no, he could. This dog, if you touched his paws, he would attack you.
Yeah.
He would attack your hand to a
And it's
point.
and it's in the breed because it is because I asked people that have we're on the golf course. These people are walking their little puppy Shiba in their backyard, and so I went over to look at the dog. I said, I've got a Shiba
red
too.
is
I said,
Shiba Inus are
how
jerks.
tough? I said, does your dog freak out when you touch its feet? He's like, we've been trying to give this dog a bath. And when we get it in the water and then cleaning its legs, it freaks out.
Why? Just
And it's just it's bred that way.
It's really weird because from what I understand about that breed, it's a Japanese breed
It's Japanese.
that almost went extinct because they would send the breed into foxholes and they would have it clear out all the minefields. So they would send it out and boom, it would go away, clear our mine. And these things are fearless.
Yeah.
Feet were getting blown off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
and the red versions are beautiful. The one
They are.
Eddie wasn't really a
Yeah,
pretty.
Eddie was a
dog.
hillbilly.
Bit of a hillbilly.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of teeth.
So Ron's saying his is the friendliest, and I've met Puck before, but
Yeah.
I've never touched his feet.
Oh, Ron, bring it up to Saturday at the shop.
Can we touch his feet?
Let's test it on the show.
All right, what flavors do you get, Pops? Or let me tell you what it says?
I said,
I'm getting I'm definitely getting oil.
Okay.
This is a very oily cigar. It's heavy.
It's Maduro,
The
right?
burn line is good. It's it's
It's a very slow smoke.
is it San Andreas Maduro or is it
It's a Brazilian.
Metafina? Oh, Aparica.
Yeah, Aparica.
Yeah.
Maduro wrapper.
I'm picking up some saltiness.
Dominican filler.
It just sits so heavy. The oil on this thing sits so heavy on my palate.
The binder is a Dominican Oloro leaf. Olor leaf.
Laura. Huh.
You'll experience notes of cedar, leather, creamy, raisin, and oak flavors.
Is it Nicaraguan?
Dominican.
It's Dominican. It's this heavy.
It says strength
How,
is medium.
you're the editor for Cigar Snob. My question is, how often do you smoke cigars?
Depends. It can go 3 or 4 in a week. I can go 2 weeks without smoke. Not that, not like a daily.
Yeah,
So
not a
you know,
staple.
Don't hate me. And Brandon gave you permission.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a Gurkha.
It's a fucking Gurkha.
I knew that's why I couldn't smoke that.
I was like, I'm not getting.
I'm not getting that.
flavor?
I'm not getting that cedar cat piss
Yeah.
out of this one, but
It was one of the better ones. It was a 15-year one.
there is nothing 15 years about this. Then whatever.
Waste my money on it though.
Free's
Well,
not
you know-
always a good deal. I'm just here to tell you that.
Right?
Fuck that friend.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, defriend him.
He didn't know any better. He thought he was sending you some good cigars.
Is it John?
Larry Adams. So we're still
Yeah.
talking dogs right now.
I
We're
can't
talking
believe-
dogs.
I put
Golden
a-
retrievers.
I
very
put an
sweet
enemy
dogs. All right,
down
so
to
people are
smoke
just
it
throwing
first.
out. They're just throwing out breeds. But okay, so we've got the 3. Did you throw out the bonus? Oh, we did throw out the bonus.
The bonus,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and,
threw out the bonus.
Yeah. I
So-
threw in black labs, by the way, on the dogs.
Black Labs.
Yeah.
Is that what you have?
That's what we had, yeah. That was our last dog.
That was your last dog?
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been?
She died in May 2019.
How old was she?
She was, well, she was a rescue, so we never knew really how old she was.
Yeah.
We figured she was about 12. She was about 100 pounds.
It's a good life.
That's
Yeah, it was a good
12
dog.
for a 100-year-old.
Yeah, for a 100-pound dog, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
We had a
But she was,
golden
she was epileptic too.
Oh, jeez.
So we hung
The
in-
whole life?
We, ever since we adopted her, and we had her for, I guess we had her, we had her for 11 years. So yeah, just
Wow.
about her whole life. And
Huh.
and you know, we do all the things with the phenobarb, and then the liquid. We had an additional liquid, and we spent all this money on. And we'd always just give her the meds, and you know, it kept it under control. She'd
Sure.
have seizures once in a while, but it was great. It was fine. We took care of her. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
yeah. So it's been 3 years. So.
Yeah, and if anyone's looking for a Doberman right now, I got one for you. No problem. No questions asked. You can
You're
take
giving
it.
away your dog?
Oh no, it's I can't. We're too deep. It's cost us way too much. She ate when Ali was pregnant. She ate 70 prenatal vitamins,
Oh wow!
and what they said was 5 would kill it, and not even that. 70, the entire bottle of prenatal.
They must have
Had
been
to
delicious.
pump the stomach, the whole deal. This dog has cost so much that we're at a point of investment in this dog that I can't let it
Does
go.
it still eat anything?
But she's an idiot.
She's an idiot.
She's a Doberman. There's two types of Dobermans. There's kind
American
of
breed
American
and
breed,
German
and then there's the German breed that are like just they're designed to attack.
Okay.
And this dog is always looking for something.
So
Always.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a big
Okay.
yeah, it's a big fault for my wife and mom, and they decided to get this dog for me, and didn't do the due diligence to find out that they had been breeding for the Oklahoma City SWAT team
Oh,
for the past 5 generations.
Okay.
So this dog is, on paper, the best dog we've ever had. I mean, she goes with signs, she knows everything, she'll do everything perfect. But she will attack anyone who is of danger. She won't attack you. If you come in through the front door, you're safe.
Okay.
Come in, she's going to feel you out for 3 minutes.
But if you're
she's
Frank-
going to sit down. If you're
If you're
Frank,
coming from the back,
you're dead. My neighbor is Frank, and he walks from the side, from the darkness in the night when they're hanging on the patio. And when he walks in, she hates it. So actually, Frank is chiming in saying, "I will finance the replacement cost of that dog." She hates him. I don't know. She's known him her whole entire life. He's been there.
Yeah.
But she's not comfortable with him. He's not comfortable with her. It's the first Dobie we've ever had that is a worker. A worker.
so
And
you
it's
did
so
the
stressful.
training, right? Did you send her off and did the training?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sent her off, did the training, did everything. She learned the signals, but there's just if you're not the family, if you're super comfortable with her, like my friend Kevin will come over, oh, and he's wrestling her and
Yeah.
you know, he's beating her up and she loves it. But if you have 1 ounce of hesitation, you might as well be ISIS.
Wow.
She is, on paper, the best dog you could have at the house. She is going to protect that family, but it is stressful. It's stressful.
Anybody that goes up and decides to start rattling your back door to see if they're going to get in.
They're not getting in.
Yeah, hell,
Well, they
and
might
that-
get in, they're not getting out.
Yeah, Havana comes around that corner. They're idiots if they open the door.
And she's, just to give you an idea of the strength of this dog, she's only about maybe 65, 70 pounds, small Dobie. But to walk her, I'll put her on the leash and I'll hold her. I'll sit on my bike. So my bike and myself, we probably weigh combined 230, 240 pounds. She'll pull me around for 2 miles, including hills and turns. The average speed is about 23 miles an hour.
Well,
Yeah.
Holy.
wow.
Holy. I mean, it's the
Just
fastest
loves-
animal I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
She loves
I
to
mean,
exert herself.
great dog, but
Man.
no, it's yeah, and Ronnie's never had an issue. I think Frank's just a little bit nervous. Marty, yes, if you go through the front door, you have passed clearance and you're
Yeah.
just fine. Larry Adams, for my birthday, sent me a Gurkha knife, which is still in my.
You know,
Try.
so Larry says he's got quite a few that he's been aging ever since he's met us or fantastic
Gurkhas.
seed. Give them away. Just
Yeah.
Give me your friends.
Give-
Free's,
away,
free's
yeah.
not always a good deal.
So let's close with this.
Yeah.
You can only smoke one cigar forever. That's it. What do you choose?
Probably this.
That's
Toro.
the Patoro Terre Blanche.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
It
you-
gives you nightmares. You
Yeah, yeah.
That's the first cigar in the 5 years that we've had in the shop that I've woke up
Crazy.
and I thought I gotta have that.
That's
cigar.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It is so
Terre
good.
Blanche. That's a great. That's.
it really is.
What do you go with?
Geez, I mean, y'all have brought in some really good cigars here lately.
160 says.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I could list everything from selective tobacco, but I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I can go with Atabey, but the German engineered cigars and this new Zulu, you got so many.
Mm-hmm.
Terra Nova.
Principal.
It's a bad question.
Principal coach.
It's a really bad question.
Because there's so many options.
There's so many
And so
great.
there-
This is a great time in cigars.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's some great cigars.
What do you go with?
I get to smoke a Cochon Volant every day, but that if the Alfonso that we had,
Oh,
that's the new extension
Did
of
you
the
smoke
line
it?
from
No.
Atabey.
Okay, so
It might be the best cigar I've ever smoked.
Hoskins and I both have one, and I told him, I was like, you and I have like the only ones probably in existence now. I said, let's do this together. And so our schedules just haven't met up. He's like, hey, you free Saturday? I'm like, no, I'll be here Saturday in the morning. He's like, I can't. How about Wednesday? No, I got something. So
Smoke it.
we're trying to.
It's
The
Yeah,
Alfonso
yeah.
is the greatest cigar I've ever smoked.
And yeah, you smoked it outside, right?
Yep.
Not even
yeah,
inside.
oh, and it's
Mine's the
Unreal.
Patoro XO.
that's
Patoro XO.
That's another one.
Yeah. If I had to only smoke one cigar
that's the
forever.
fuller bodied version of that.
Okay.
Party gets 160, says Larry Adams.
Yeah, of course.
Liga H99 with Josh. He says Zulu. Look forward to snagging Zulu at the shop.
Thanks for the Gurkha, asshole.
Okay, get the fuck out
You're
of here.
welcome.
And that's the last time he walks in the shop.
That's
He's
it.
canceled.
He's dead. We're not gonna let him work for free ever again.
Lock the door. We should have Googled that shit. We should have known.
Yeah. Yikes.
Well,
I don't know.
with that,
Was it a painful trip for you to do
No,
the?
it was really enjoyable
good.
talking with you guys.
Good.
You know? Always good being around you guys. So what the heck?
Excellent.
I echo the call.
You trapped me into this, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's how it
As
works.
long as it
There's
doesn't
no
feel like it
way-
was a bad trap.
there's
Yeah,
no way
like a
I
bear
was gonna-
trap that you
Yeah,
can't
right.
get out of.
There's no way I was going to walk out of this.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for Cigar Talk Live. Adrian, sign us
So,
off.
Steve, thank you for being here. Pleasure
My
meeting you.
pleasure.
Hope to see you more often.
Thanks so much.
Catch us every Tuesday night. Cigar Talk. Later, guys. Peace.
See ya.